that plays into picture is we are the poorest school district in the state of Mississippi. We're the poorest school district in the state of Mississippi. When I say that, I'm basing it on a per student per capita kind of thing. Like most school districts have 16 section land, or those that have no 16 section land, then they have Chickasaw secession, which is in lieu of 16 section land. But it just so happened that Mound Bayou do not have 16 section land. We just share in 4 sections with neighboring school districts, and that would be North Bolivar and Cleveland School District. We maintains our own, and we hold our own, irregardless of the economic levels that we have here.
That is wonderful. Tell me, tell us, what's the secret?
Yeah. Well, I guess management.
Okay. Leadership, and I give you credit for that.
Leadership to a degree, but it's management, and I guess this is my home, by the way, and we make sacrifices. It's not a thing where as superintendent, you're expected to do certain things. In Mound Bayou, as superintendent, you're expected to do all things. You may have to do a little janitorial work, you may have to do a little yard work, or whatever is necessary. But on the whole, we do whatever is necessary to maintain the school district, to be fiscal accountable. And by the way, we are fiscal accountable. We do have a fund balance that's pretty good compared to our size. I'm not going to say what it is, but we do have a fund balance that's pretty good as far as the size of the district. Matter of fact, in a report last month, the state legislature, they like to play with numbers, so they came out with a report that stated that Mound Bayou is one of the 5 richest school districts in the Delta. And they named the 5 school districts.
And for our listeners, the Delta is 17 counties.
Yeah.
So that's quite an accomplishment. There's 6 school districts in 1 county, and the Delta is 17 counties. And this school district, who happens to be the poorest school district in the state of Mississippi,
Right.
In terms of fiscal management, is one of the 5 richest school districts. That's a major accomplishment. I just want to emphasize that.
Okay. Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, again, from a historical standpoint, I reiterate the fact that we're about educating students, whatever it costs. Our citizens understand that they are taxed to the max, which very few districts around can say that. We're basically at the cap, and it's 55 mil cap, and so tax is based on that 55 mil. So our citizens are really supportive of the educational process for our students in this district.
That is fantastic. Let's get back to the core standards, because you've made the transitions. Anytime there's been some government mandate, you've made the transition very well. And it seems like to me a key element is planning. When did you start to look at core standards and start to kind of analyze and evaluate how it would impact your district?
Well, the moment it came out, we started looking at curricular kinds of things, and we sent individuals to any programs or any conferences that dealt with core standards, and so we try to stay on the forefront of whatever is happening. And then we come back, and as a unit, the administrative unit, as well as others, teachers, student, parent, we plan and move forward with those plans.
Okay.
We may have to modify it, but we always, get back to the planning stage and the implementation stage.
That's fantastic. How does the core standards align with your state testing? Is there going to be any slippage there, or what do you perceive?
Well, the core standards should enhance our, I guess the state supposed to be doing a more rigorous kind of test program. So those core standards is supposed to be more rigor in their curricular kinds of programs or objectives or whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
So it should benefit and fall in line with them.
Okay.
I'm sure the state will look at maybe developing some kind of test or getting some company to do the necessary tests that will align completely with those core standards.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is really important. I want to kind of summarize some of the things that we've talked about before. And one of the things that I want to be very clear is that Mound Bayou is the poorest school district in the United States, but yet you've been successful in terms of academic achievement and educating your students. We always hear that poor students are at a disadvantage. And I think what you've demonstrated, as well as what you've shared here, that if you have good management, if you have prepared leadership, stable leadership, who understand the outside demands, that you can meet those objectives despite the fact that you are coming from a lower income level. Is that correct?
That's correct. Right.
Let's talk a little bit about parent involvement, because I think parent involvement plays a major role.
Well, we do have parental involvement. It's not what I would like to see, but we have concerned parent, and we have parent rallies. We have other kinds of situations that allows parent to have input into the programs, and we try to keep parents informed about the future kinds of things, as well as things that are really happening
Mm-hmm.
on a day-to-day basis. So
Mm-hmm.
so we have parent orientations, we have parent conferences, we have parent rallies. So we do our best to keep the parent informed, and we want parent to have inputs into whatever is happening. This way they buy into the program, they feel they're a part of the program.
Yes.
And then you're going to get participation and support from parent.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. Anything else you can think of in terms of those school districts that are struggling to educate African American students? Any suggestions you might be able to give them? How long have you been superintendent?
Oh, since 1992.
20, okay.
With a couple of years in retirement,
Yes,
by the
yes,
way.
yes.
But again, I say this is home for me,
Yes.
and